It's garden tour day. Hey, it's Anna from Mimsy's Garden. Gonna take a July tour today, and I'm gonna be showing you the channel shirt that I'm wearing today. We've had a lot of storms, a lot of rain, and believe it or not, at the beginning of the month we were in a drought. So my garden is mostly weeds now. Got a lot to do. Got a lot to rip out. Get ready for fall soon. But I have some tomatoes still going. Some of the ones that I thought were going to totally die have taken on new life. But there are some that are still quite sickly looking. And they need to come on out of here. It's going to rain again today, but if I get an hour or two's time, I'm going to start weeding again. The weeds are prolific. So, got a few little bugs. You see those? I hate those things. They come in and they want to sting all the good little tomatoes. I just smacked those. I didn't pinch them up. But we've also got some pollinators in there, so I don't want to do too much. I saw a bee floating around there. But yeah, some of the plants are looking really well, and some are looking really bad. There's new growth on this one, even though it's looking bad. I don't know. Some little blooms on it. The temperatures have cooled off for a few days, so some of them may produce some fruit. I don't know. But yeah, there are some sick looking ones that need to come out for sure. And with all the rain, you can see the weeds have taken over. The winds have broken branches. We've got some purple bell beauties here. Trying to survive in the midst of the weeds. The purple hulls are having a few blooms, but they're playing out too. The squash, they're looking horrible. I actually have pulled out a few of those and have planted some more seeds. Because there's plenty of time here in southeast Mississippi to grow squash. So I learned a great lesson. Something I already knew, but was being nonchalant about. I came out here to pull up the squash plants. Been stomping around out here for a while. Probably 15 minutes or so. Digging at weeds by hand. Wasn't using my weed hoe. I ended up needing it though. After a while of reaching and grabbing, I reached down, but before I bent completely down, guess what was there? Copperhead. Young one. Young enough to do some serious damage though. Big enough, I mean, to do some serious damage. It was about 2 pencil widths wide. About a foot long. So needless to say, where Cash is laying, I took that weed hoe and I chopped and chopped and chopped and chopped. I never did see that snake again, so I don't know if I got him or if by the time I was through I was just chopping up earthworms, because I'm deathly afraid of snakes. And I moved this pile of weeds with the hoe thing. I wasn't sticking my hand back down there. And I've been weeding this whole garden all this time with just my hands. And yeah, I was out here in flip-flops because I came out here originally just to clip some basil. I've been watching Jen Stivers do her dehydrating stuff, and it gave me the fever, and I thought, hey, I've got some rogue basil growing everywhere. So I came out here to get some basil, and then I thought, well, I'll just grab this dead squash plant, and then I'll grab a few weeds. Yeah, bad mistake. So, needless to say, guess who's got their boots on? Won't help my hands from digging in the weeds, but I guess I'll figure out a way to be more cautious about that. I definitely do not want to get snake bit. And the weird thing is when I woke up yesterday morning, that topic was on my mind. What would I do if I did get snake bit, as far as the 2-patient crew being here and me needing to get to a hospital quick? Because we're probably 12 miles away from the hospital. It'd be in my best interest to keep calm and drive myself there. Because by the time they got out here and found where I was at and all that, then that's wasted valuable time of needing antivenom. Because with rattlesnakes, you have at least a less than 2 hour span before organ failure begins. With moccasins, you have 30 minutes. So, yeah, I was trying to make myself a game plan yesterday morning, and this happened yesterday evening. So I would say the good Lord above was forewarning me and trying to give me a little sense. Now, I really didn't appreciate the idea that I had to actually see the snake to get it through my thick head, not to come out here in flip-flops no more. But you know, some of us are hard-headed. So just a word to the wise. And you know what else? I had even watched Chris's video at Homesteading The Hard Way about you can't garden or you cannot farm in flip-flops. Guess I'm more stubborn than I thought. And all that mulch is perfect camouflage for these little snakes. So, take it from me, hardhead here. Be careful, especially when you're dealing with a lot of weeds. Don't garden in your flip-flops. Be very cautious. Got some little cucumbers coming on. I planted these for the neighbor for pickling, and I just about wait too late to get them for her. They get too big too fast. All right, the yard long beans, they're doing nicely. Let's see if we can show you some of those. Look, I've been picking these a lot too. So there's not a, I mean, there's a good bit, but there's not a whole lot on here, but I've already picked from it. So, but the vines look nice on this trellis. These are the Kentucky Wonders. They've taken a beating in the storms lately. There's some new blossoms on her, but there's also some bare spots and leaf rust and things. It's still producing though. Got some rogue basil popping up everywhere. And the melons are doing okay. There's a blacktail mountain in there somewhere. Let's see if we can reveal him. There he is. Got some Yamata creams. Nice. The granddaughter was out here the other day and she had a blast looking at these. She tried to pick them up. I told her they were heavy, and she backed away from them after that. But I did get some cute pictures of her. Everything is just so massively covered in weeds because of all the rain and us not being able to get out here and weed. Not us, me. The Cherokee Tan pumpkins are doing nicely. There's one. Here's another. The purple holes are struggling, but that's okay. There's time to plant another round of those too if I wanted, but I got a lot. I've shelled a lot. Not bad. I know I'll be planting a lot more of them next year. Got some pepper plants still trying to go and some still struggling. But I've had an abundance of peppers too, more than what I needed. So I'm happy with that. I love this jalapeno bush. It has given me a lot of peppers. And I see Loofah has got another loofah. I've gotten 4 big ones off already, and I've got them in the greenhouse drying out. So that's interesting. And I see some blossoms this morning. So pretty. I love Miss Loofah. Yep, she's a beauty. You'll see Maggie. Hi, what are you doing, baby? She's checking out and scoping the perimeters. She's a good guard dog, I tell you. And I see Mittens over there. Garden cat. Looking for a bug or something. Kitty, kitty. Yeah, she knows how to ignore me. There her is. She's a hunter. Weeds of my life. Got plenty of them. And I still have tomatoes growing. I've learned a few things about fertilizers. I'm done everything all organically, and I'll continue to do so, but I did not do it often enough, I don't believe, because none of the tomatoes got as big as what I thought they should have. Even the slicers, they were healthy size, but they weren't as big as what I thought they should get. Now this black cherry, they've done really well. And I've decided that the darker tomatoes are my favorites. So I've ordered more seeds, and they came in yesterday from M.I. Gardner in Baker Creek. I ordered several of the darker colored tomatoes. So that's exciting for next year. You can see I've got some bad stuff going on here. It's just sad. But that's life. And when you got a lot of heat and a lot of moisture, you're going to have issues, that's for sure. There's some little peppers coming on here. Those are yellow Marconis. I pulled the bigger ones off the other day and left a couple small ones. But they're coming on. It gave room for more blossoms. More fruit. It's just now time for the peppers to really start rocking, I think. And they needed some moisture too. It was just really too dry. But that's the pitiful shape that Mimsy's garden is in at the moment. Lots of weeds, lots of death, and lots of new life. Isn't that how it goes? Isn't that how God created it? It's a cycle. It's a beautiful cycle. It's been very rewarding this year for the first garden ever. It'll be revamped for next year. And I am doing a fall garden, and I'll be doing some in the front flower beds again. I really liked that. Knowing that there was food out there instead of flowers out there at this moment. Besides weeds, there are some little pumpkins on it. Side of the house are some other melons and the Cherokee Tan pumpkins out there also. The weeds are so bad, I'm not even going to show you. I'll have to work on that. But now let's talk about fun stuff. Check out the shirt that I'm wearing today. Today's channel, the Beach Family Homestead, Ocean Springs, Mississippi. That's Carmen, Shannon, Mariah, and Georgia. And they have a small place down on the Gulf Coast. And Carmen is into bees and aquaponics and gardening and even Carmen in the kitchen. There's an episode with Carmen and his brothers, and I believe their name's Rick and Chad. I hope I said that right. They're really funny. You ought to watch them. I'll put their link in the description. You can go check out the Beach Family Homestead. I'll show you the back of the shirt in a picture. It's a design that I created for them, and we love them. Beach Family Homestead.